Howdy out there, boys and girls, lords and ladies. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is episode 42 of Bohemian Rhapsody. I am sure about that this time. I am not unsure. It is episode 42. And last episode actually got a great response. Big shout out to my viewers and my commenters. You guys have been so helpful, as always. Always helpful and just amazing. I appreciate the feedback. Learned a bunch of things. Gonna mess around with a little the structure of my videos a little bit. I've noticed that the past few episodes I have just gone so long. I break my rule every single time I do an episode, and we go over an hour. I'm gonna do my best to try to keep things within an hour, and unless we're at war or something at the end, and I want to finish it, I'll go over an hour, but we're going to try to stick to the length of an hour. I think that's a good amount of time. An hour and 20 minutes is a bit too much, so let's work on that. If we're having so much fun that I'm not paying attention to the time, that's good. I mean, I want to be having fun and not paying attention to the clock, but this time I'm going to be a little bit more, I'm going to be a little bit more aware of the time, just to make sure that we don't go too long. But we are going to start this episode diabolically, because I have an evil plan that I've been thinking about, and it has to do with one of the decisions that we've been making, and, or the one of the decisions that we are working for, and that's Dynasty of Many Crowns. And I have a target in mind. I was looking at Bavaria here, and I think I have a plan on how to get a Mercury on the throne of Bavaria, and this is going to be a great example. Now, I can't get a matrilineal marriage with the current heir of Bavaria. I'll just choose a random daughter. If I try to get a matrilineal marriage, he will not do it. He wants his throne to go to somebody in his dynasty, and that's understandable. Even doing a grand wedding is only going to help by, what, 50 or 40? So this isn't going to help, but my plan is, instead of marrying one of my daughters or betrothing them to the heir, the current heir, it's easier for me to do a matrilineal marriage with the second in line, as you can see. Matrilineal marriage will accept. So my plan is, betroth my daughter to his second in line, and we murder his heir. There's a predicted agent, and my spy master, I put them on support schemes just to see how good the odds would be. The odds are only 36%. They're not great. I will be the first to admit they are not great chances, but I'm willing to try it. Freddy is old, and if he gets known as a murderer, it's gonna stink, sure, but I can deal with it. He's a 65-year-old, and we're gonna lose him eventually soon anyway, so he can be a murderer. I'm okay with that. People love him. So I'm gonna try to murder the heir of Bavaria, and we are going to betroth one of our daughters to his second in line. I'm going to do my youngest daughter because she's 11 and he's 0, so just to make them a little bit closer in age, I'm going to do my daughter. I have a niece here that I could do, but because she's not in my family, it's a little bit harder to... It's less... he won't accept a matrilineal marriage, even though she's in my dynasty. It's better if I do one of my daughters. So let's arrange this betrothal. He's going to accept. It's matrilineal, and it'll be locked in. Once he accepts, it's going to be a matrilineal marriage. Now, one downside to this is that I'm going to be getting another alliance. I have 3 external alliances, and this next one will be a 4th one. And I don't like having a lot of alliances because I'm going to get pulled everywhere. Each one of them is going to come begging for my help all the time. But I thought that with Bavaria, they're right on my border, so if they need my help with something, I'm right here. So I can send troops to help him easily. So that's why I'm willing to deal with this alliance. We'll see how it goes after we murder his heir. So we're going to become allies with him, and then we're going to murder his son. He accepted. So with that murder scheme going, We needed to make it... We need to make it as good as possible. We can hire 7 potential agents. We're going to hire the best ones. This is going to give me a whole bunch of stress, but I'm willing to do it. And we'll do something to relieve stress. I think I'm going to go on another pilgrimage. One of my viewers really likes pilgrimages, and I like pilgrimages too. And my son will come with me. I checked. Last time I did a pilgrimage, I ended up messing up and my son didn't come with me. But if I go on a pilgrimage, my brother will be my regent, and that should mean that my son will come with me. And that will help his pilgrim trait. So, this is my diabolical plan, guys. Let's hope that it works out. And let's hope that we can get as many agents as we can. While traveling through the county of Abov, a group of bandits attacked my assessors. Thankfully, the soldiers I had guarding my assessors were able to dispatch the robbers. So at the beginning of the survey, we had the decision to either to send some knights to protect them, and it's working out, so we made a good decision. The knights protected my assessors. %, 95%, so the chances are as good as they can be. Now, there's a chance that we might lose one of the agents. They might, like, back off or whatever, but that's okay. There's other people that we can hire. So we're going to make this happen, everybody. We're going to get another one of our dynasty members on the throne of a foreign nation. After many long months surveying my lands, it is done. My assessors have compiled an exceptionally precise record of my holdings. This will ensure I collect the full and complete tax owed to me every year. Beaming with pride, my steward, Dunlang, asks where we should store the records now that they are complete. For 5 years, I can increase my stewardship and intrigue. Or we can give every county in Bohemia development growth plus 20% for 5 years. I'm going to do this one instead. We're going to do something to relieve stress anyway. So I'm willing to take this stress. We're going to get our stewardship perk no matter what. Let's do it. Let's get this pilgrimage plan. We can still declare wars while we're on pilgrimages, so nothing's going to stop us from conquering things. We have a lot of conquest that I want to get this episode, hopefully, so I'll try to keep my thoughts organized, and I'll try to pay attention as best I can. But we're going to go. We're going to go to Rome this time. We've been to Cologne. Or you know what? We are going to go to Canterbury. We haven't been to Canterbury yet. That's where we're going. We have yet to visit to Canterbury, so let's do this one instead. There's no danger on the path. We're gonna go all out as we like to do, because we can, and we'll do this for stress relief. One of my sons is coming. Not my heir, he's not coming. That doesn't make sense. He is a pilgrim. He's been with me on a pilgrimage before. It's not like he's too young. Well, at least one of our sons is coming. And while we're on this pilgrimage, we're trying to murder somebody. So we're trying to make it up to God, like trying to get him to look the other way. I stir from my slumber as someone in the camp knocks over an iron pan. While I look around, it appears that 2 people dressed as pilgrims have been rifling through our supplies in search for valuables to steal. The smaller of the 2 is a harrowed child by the looks of it. He sees me stirring and freezes in position while the other thief turns to run away. Diplomacy challenge, we can increase the piety of our pilgrimage. Yeah, my son stayed behind. He's located in Prague. Oh well. Let's try to convince this kid whose arms are clipping through his thing, which always looks funny. Let's see. I have successfully convinced Julius to change his ways. He stands in front of me, the weight of his shame making his shoulders slump, as he avoids meeting my gaze. It wasn't my choice, this life. What should I do to repent? I don't want him to join. I'm not that interested in. Spread religion. Now let's check our wars. We are waiting for a truce to end with Hungary. I have one county that we have a claim for, and I want to grab that. This will finish one of our duchies. I'm fabricating claims against Galicia Volhynia. That's who I want to fight next. And we still have to fight East Francia as well. So my realm priest is going to be busy. We're befriending him to speed it up. So let's hope this goes through. He better become my friend. Not a chance, peasant. As we make our way through Schmalkalden, we are approached by a Czech commoner, claiming to be the leader of a group of Catholic pilgrims. Good Emperor, we have been on the road to Canterbury for weeks, but the roads are too dangerous, and now we're short on provisions. Now, I'd be willing to give him money because I have so much, but because Freddy is greedy, it's gonna stress him out. If he had caught me at a point where I didn't have so much stress, I'd be willing to do it, but not a chance, peasant. Here we go. That's more like it. Stress relief. Along the path to the Holy Land, I've met with all kinds of pilgrims, both young and old. It's as if I'm witnessing a tapestry of my own life play out before me. Silver hair and wrinkled skin always seemed so distant until they came to me. I can't help but feel that this pilgrimage may be my last before I take the ultimate journey to heaven. You might be right about that, Freddy. Perhaps I ought to stop a while and contemplate life's brevity. He wants to think about his death. A learning challenge. You gain determined for 25 years, more monthly lifestyle experience? What is this? Stewardship? Learning. 68. Driven to succeed. So that's going to last to the end of his life. And we got the stress relief. Thank you, wife. Even though I just was totally mean to that peasant. Things are going well for us. The spiritual journey has ground to a literal halt. My caravan master Adolf is looking around, frantically searching for the way forward. And the people are starting to take notice. His face shifts to a gray nuance as he turns his gaze towards me, looking for answers. It's going to delay our pilgrimage by 3 months if I take this stress relief. We shall let the Lord guide the way. Ooh. 3 months is a long time, though. Freddy was contemplating his death before. Let's let him take in the beauty of nature. We'll delay it for 3 months. I guess that's a good opportunity to just kind of focus on my realm. My daughter just came of age. She's already betrothed, and she's an astute intellectual. Not bad. Whoops, I don't want to break the betrothal. Oh, we're waiting for him to turn 16. Irreconcilable differences. Despite what I initially thought, I just could not find anything Dietrich and I had in common to bond over. Yeah, he's pretty messed up. I'm afraid there's nothing much left I can do to bridge the gap between us. It failed. It's because he's a vengeful, sadistic, ambitious. Ambitious is fine, but his personality is not great. I'm friends with my son now? So we're almost halfway through this murder. Oh, no, now we are. I'm getting nervous. The chances are still very good. We need a new court physician. I'm right on top of it. This ugly guy. His skills are pretty good. He's a half-decent physician. Muhammad. Okay. I'm not gonna bother marrying him off. I feel bad for any ladies that have to marry him. He's chaste anyway. The fields of Soest are a sight to behold. Every crop in bloom, every leaf green, every stem luscious. I quickly tracked down the source of the verdancy, spotting a woman standing in a field, seemingly holding a lecture of some sort to a gathering of listeners. My name is Mistress Sophia. She notices me in the distance and turns in my direction. My knowledge of gardening is vast. Yes, incomparably fast. Incomparably fast. I always say this word weird. I apologize. So stay a while and listen. 50% chance that we become a gardener. Which is a pretty good trait. But we're delayed another 2 weeks. I'll take it. I'm not a gardener. No green thumb for Freddy. Truly a stroll through Dortmund is a gift from God. The tranquility of this place is suddenly and abruptly broken by furies, grunts, and clattering of armor. So we've gotten this several times. This guy's stuck in his armor, and we're gonna charge him for it because we're greedy. No stress for me, thanks. Frost in the ocean. I don't think... No Freddy has ever set sail. This is a first. Nobody in my family has ever been on the ocean. I just realized that. The sea storm catches us completely off guard as the lightning-riven sky starts pelting us with rain. And with a sudden thunderous flash, the mastheads burst forth with blue flame, engulfing the vessel in an ethereal light. This is a sign, my panicked son, Eddie cries, clutching the rigging for dear life, and barely audible above the thrashing sails. We must turn back before it's too late. We got a perfect storm situation. It's gonna be delayed by another 3 months. There's a 50% chance that a random pilgrim will die, upsetting any family members. I'm doing it. We're safe. You are guided safely on. I am finally here, body and soul, at the great church of Canterbury. As the bishops offer me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for God to bring me here at this moment in time. The echo of my own footsteps is the only sound in the church. I am alone. The last thing I remember from the outside world is the face of those beggars near the gates and the blue, blue sky. So distant now. I walk towards the altar knowing that it's only me, and yet I feel under an unyielding scrutiny. The severe eyes of God are always open. I lose this excellent tapestry. But I don't lose as much stress because I'm greedy. Freddy doesn't want to give anything away. Let's just pray. That's why we're here. I'm just gonna pray. Oh, I can't declare war while I'm on a pilgrimage. Did I say I did? I always misspeak. Forgive me. As I wander around the stalls in the market, avoiding as many local foods as I can, waves of people trying to drag me into their houses. I notice a bigger gathering around a specific merchant. Come and buy a true relic for a price that would make St. Matthew laugh for decades. Alright, what is she trying to peddle now? What fake thing is she trying to sell? The fragment of the true cross. Found in this very holy shrine only a few days ago. How convenient. Learning per level of devotion. This is a really good event, because this is permanent. Learning per level of devotion. Yeah. Freddy is smart, and he recognizes that the way I'm acting these days, the secrecy and the plotting in the shadows, this cannot be right. This cannot be just. I'm going against Freddy's personality here. And I'm sorry, Freddy, but I'm trying to do something that's really hard, which is do the Dynasty of Many Crowns option, or decision. And it just needs to be done. It's the only way I can get somebody on the throne of Bavaria. I do what I must. I'm sorry, Freddy. I really, really am. It'll be over soon. As I enter the sacred grounds, I find Everard staring at the altar with an absent expression. Everard, I call him. My lord, he says, unfazed, I have something to ask from you. I hope you can forgive me. This place has moved my soul and agitated my spirit in a way I thought inconceivable. God has spoken to me, and his voice is clear, severe, precise. It keeps going and going and going. The only sound I can hear now. The whole world has gone quiet. If I could stay behind, I would like to devote my life to it. They haven't even had children yet. No, boink your wife. Your lustful wife. What are you waiting for? I want her to have really good children. She's got good traits, and I got him because he's a giant. Drop that nonsense immediately. Oh, he's gonna become my rival. We'll do something about it. Maybe we'll bury the hatchet. Once my murder scheme is done, I guess I'll try to sway him. His opinion actually just went up. As our time at this sacred site draws to an end, I am satisfied in knowing that most, if not all, of my decisions throughout our respectable and well-paced journey has been taken to prove my devotion to the Lord and Christianity. This being my second pilgrimage, I can't help but compare it to my previous visit to the Vatican in all its holiness. I thought we went to Cologne. Didn't we go to Cologne? Maybe he was at the Vatican as a child? I don't know. He's only been on 2. I could have sworn we went to Cologne. I could be wrong. Pretty sure we did. The game could be lying. It lies all the time. Just gaslighting me. Okay. Apparently my daughter is my regent. Did my brother die? My brother died. Okay, that answers that question. The seas around here are thick with Dutch traders going about their usual craft, carrying rare and exotic goods from one port to another. One such merchant ship holds an item within it that immediately takes my interest. The moment I lay eyes upon the bejeweled scriptures. What's so great about it? I know I can never find anything like it back in Bohemia, and it simply must... Freddy, what kind of nonsense are you talking? You've got two amazing books. You've got the Magnificent Herbolarium and the King Freddy's Medical Manuscript. I guess it does give him a lot of learning if he's at a high level of devotion. It's good, but we got that other thing that gave us more learning. We don't need to compile it. Here we go. We're gonna murder this little kid. If there's one thing Jurgen in particular cannot resist, it's his favorite treat. His next sweet snack will be 1 part gingerbread and 1 part potent poison. There we go. That alliteration messing with me. Forgotten by my agent in front of the child. Bon appetit. 95% chance. Jurgen is dead. He swallowed the bait, apple tart and all. In no time at all, he was clutching at his throat, wheezing for air before collapsing into a small heap on the ground. This poor little kid, this 3-year-old. All bakers in the area were questioned, but no trace of foul play can be found. The Strangler. We gave him the Strangler. So there we go. We have succeeded. Now his primary heir is married matrilineally to my daughter, and his children will take the throne of Bavaria. So it worked. Successful murder. It's always a pleasure. Three years, 8 months. Let's declare this war against Hungary now. 18 months. I'll speed 5 it. We've got an independence faction. My grandson? Or my nephew. My nephew. Let's find that rival guy. I just spent a bunch of time relieving stress. I'm hoping this rivalry just peters out and goes away on its own. What the duck? The day on the road has been fairly calm and nondescript so far. We are somewhere outside Lodeberg, and I close my eyes as my mount brings me forward one solid step at a time. As the wind plays a magnificent melody through the treetops, another noise is carried by the breeze, and not from our entourage. Is that quacking? I isolate the sound to be coming from a shrubbery on my right-hand side. It's the Knights of Knee and their shrubberies. Let's just get this. Duck quack. The quacking of a duck can have a remarkably soothing effect. I'm not going to follow it. I'm not going to go on a wild duck chase. I've noticed that Everard avoids me more than usual. He always sits at the opposite end of the table whenever we're invited to a feast, and consistently refuses my company while camping. Well, yeah, he's a rival. We may not have the best of relationships, but that attitude is starting to tire me. Especially when I overhear him defaming me. Freddy is an abhorrent buffoon. I'd be a way better emperor. Okay, wow, now you're really pushing it. You're really pushing it. Just ignoring it. Okay, ignoring it won't cause any stress. I'll just spend a little prestige. How dare you? Without care, disposal, riding through the streets of Prague. Uh-oh. Is this one of those events that's foreshadowing us dying somehow in some dumb way? Riding through the streets of Prague, having dealt with some trivial errand in town, my entourage and I hear a loud crash. A little investigation shows it was some burger or other throwing a clay pot from their window, uncaring of whether it might hit someone below. Callous, yes, but what can you expect? At any rate, it's hardly something worth much further thought. I am going to play it super safe. This might be predicting somehow me dying some stupid way. I'm just going to play it safe. We need to settle our line of succession. Because know thyself is not going to warn us about dying suddenly. We're going to make Eddie take the vows now. We're doing it now. I'm not taking any risks. He's basically going to do it. There we go. He was my royal architect, but that's okay. I'll replace him. I'm not taking any chances of Freddy dying suddenly. So we're settling the line of succession now. Grovelers. Okay. Let's do it. Let the groveling commence. My patriarch, Detrick, now bows before me, eager to begin his proposal. My lord, your county of Nitra lacks a significant church at which the locals can pray and honor the Lord. You must help us fund a new house of worship at Peshin for the good of the Catholic faith. Where does he want to build it? It hasn't been developed yet, and we haven't built anything besides a castle, so that's fine. It sucks because it's gonna give me stress, but I'm willing to do it. Damn, being greedy. Kinda stinks. When you have so much money to give away, it kinda sucks to be greedy. Over the last few days, I've heard tell of a mighty hero of the peasantry, who has won the hearts and minds of the common people through incredible deeds and matchless bravery. This hero, who goes by the name Boris, has been defending the small folk from the Russian raiders, and has now traveled the way to Prague to seek an audience with me. There's no doubt that Boris is a great hero. However, my courtiers are adamant that I do not elevate a commoner beyond their station. Let's see, is he going to be a good knight? He most likely is. He is. He's a master soldier. So I'm very tempted. I don't want to give him land. Let's not go that far, but I will bring him in. Every knight loses 15 opinion. We'll deal with it. And just very quickly, I'm going to find him a wife. I don't care. I'm not going to be super picky. He's Czech. She's Czech. But does he deserve a wife that amazing? She's a bastard. She's not in my house, surprisingly. Okay. And he's going to be a knight. Still have nobody worthy of the holy underwear yet. I'm very tempted to create another accolade, but I'm going to give it some time. Maybe we'll get somebody worthy soon. The man who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner. My lord, he begins his speech. I represent the local community of Prague. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. Didn't I just hire this guy? He already used up his first strike. He used up his first strike, at a very young age. So we might end up killing this physician. Just cut it off. Everybody gets one, and he used it up. He's already digging up bodies. Big mistake. Very nice. "12 months? King Elaine's court now speaks Czech Slovene. The Kingdom of White Rus. Interesting. You'd think they'd want to speak Russian. Let's not neglect language learning. She doesn't know Serbo-Croatian? Okay. I should definitely be teaching them that. My wife is injured? How? What happened, my dear? We're just getting to this truce. Now she has some badass scars. Oh, she's a flagellant. There we go. She must have whipped herself and she gave herself scars. She whipped herself in the face? Ow. He wants a seat on my council. 27... My other steward is better. Ooh. But he's not a powerful vassal. I really want this faction to go away. I'm sorry, Dunlang. I should probably keep him. But he's not that much worse. 27's good. And I have to befriend him. You were already scheming? Yeah, we're gonna stop swaying him. Still can't replace my spy master. Now, one of my other daughters came of age. Her personality didn't turn out well, but she's got a 4-star intrigue education. I'll have to find her a husband eventually. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Alright, so our son's next trait. My son Freddy has finished a lesson held by Bodana on the management of the treasury and the gold therein. Let's see what he wants to be. Freddy seems to have taken the lesson to heart with a reinforced sense of justice. He is constantly talking about how everyone, from the highest emperor to the lowest page, plays their part in the economy of the realm. Just. Forgiving and just. Good boy. Oh, he just grew a bit. He's growing up quickly. There goes the faction. Thank you. Let's start fighting Hungary. They're currently fighting a war against Italy. As if they didn't have enough problems as it is, and we're going to give them another one. We're taking our piece. I'm really happy that murder went through. I'm so happy about that. French or Greek, maybe? Let's do Greek. King Visnada is a dedicated hunter just as myself. I'm sure we would have much to talk about and many experiences to bond over. King Visnada and I spent the entire evening talking, swapping stories and comparing experiences from various hunts. Yeah, we got some stress relief. Very good, Realm Priest. So our next war against Galicia Volhynia, we're going to grab 3 counties. We're going to fabricate a claim against East Francia. We've got a duchy down here that we're working for. Since all of their castles are pathetic, we're just going to keep taking things. I've lately heard of your disputes with that foppish sycophant Everard. A most contemptible excuse for a man. Given our mutual interests, I'm sure we will get along, friend. My guest? Why are you writing me a letter? You're in my court. You could just come up to me and talk to me. Everard appreciates your openness. They become nemesis with each other? Messengers are so unreliable these days. Diplomacy challenge. Oh, a diplomacy challenge against Everard, not me. I'm trying it. He appreciates our openness. Whoops. We're friends with our nephew. Information broke. Duke Engerand has approached me, claiming he has discovered the continued legitimacy of my lineage is at risk unless I take action. He has offered to provide me with everything he knows, including names and evidence, in exchange for a lump sum of gold. I learned a secret on this guy? No, he wants to give me a secret on somebody. Okay. After examining the documents I received from Duke Engerand, it becomes clear my acquaintance Dobramila was actually sired by Count Andrzej. So I just learned of a child heritage secret. It's not one of my children, so... Okay. Didn't he say it had something to do with my lineage? Now my daughter Sarah came of age. All of my daughters are coming of age. Elusive Shadow. She got a 4-star intrigue education, too. Got some sneaky daughters. My court poet gained an inspiration. She wants to go on an adventure. Worry not, my great emperor. Yolandi bows with a dramatic flair and narrows her eyes in consideration. Where do we want to send her? India? Asia Minor? Peninsula? What, like Turkey? Africa? Let's send her to India. Let's send her as far away as possible. So we're done with Ungvar. We can give this away. Let's create the duchy title. And find a Mercury who deserves it. Somebody's going to be a decent vassal as well. I can't do my brother anymore. I already landed some of his kids. He's already the heir to something. I would really like to do somebody who doesn't have any previous inheritances coming to them. Because I don't want them to inherit something besides this and have my realm look weird. What about this ugly looking dude? Nope. All of these kids are the primary heirs to their fathers. What about you, kid? Yeah. They're already about to inherit stuff. What about you, 14-year-old? Yes. Oh, God damn it. This isn't working out. I might just have to give this to a check. I'll keep looking. I just don't want to have to go through them all. I'm trying to get a move on here. Has this guy had any sons? He does. Joe Schmo. Joe Schmo. My daughters are starting to have kids. So my daughters are getting pregnant and they're having kids, so that's going to refresh the pool a little bit of unlanded people. So we'll get some more people soon. This guy's army is in the way. I'm trying to click this. Duchy of Uzharad. Not a huge fan of this guy, but... So we're going to let a little bit of time go by. I have another war I want to declare and get finished before we wrap up. Emperor Squeakone approaches me with a friendly smile. My love, have you seen how majestic our Freddy is becoming? Yes, I have, actually. He's pretty majestic indeed. He could practically rule this nation with one hand tied behind his back, and I swear by the Lord that he would make you very proud. She gives me a side-eye glance. Of course, if there is anything I could do in order to make the idea more enticing, I'm sure you would let me know, and we could come to some sort of agreement, my fair husband. A wry smile lingers on her lip. Anything, she says? I don't know why the music was so... Like, the music, you know, was, like, sinister. I think she's just doing me a favor, though. I think she's just straight up doing me a favor. I can have her duel my rival and possibly kill him? She wants to fight my rival. I am so tempted. I'm doing it. She's gonna fight my rival and kill him. No, Empress! He killed my wife. I only have myself to blame, guys. I just wanted to see what would happen, and I got my wife killed. I only took 6 stress because of it. Not the end of the world. That sucks, and I'm an idiot, and I feel bad, but I wanted to see if she would win. Just got my wife killed. I need a new one immediately. Don't care about inheritables. None of that. She's vengeful. Yeah. 23 proud. 23 stewardship. It doesn't matter that she's stuttering because we're not going to have kids. I look around the empty kitchen. It echoes hollow as Guigon is missing from my side. With her having died at the hands of Everard, I breathe. I breathe for a few moments in my solitude. I will avenge her. I swear by God, Everard will be stopped. In order to reward her bravery, the right thing to do would be to honor her request. Yeah, I will have Freddie Mercury as my designated heir. He's already my designated heir. Designated heir, Prince Freddie. She wants me to do what I've already done? Wait, Prince Freddie of Bohemia loses 50 opinion of you for 20 years, removed as heir, and then he gains 50 opinion of me because he's pleased. What is happening? The game is being so stupid right now. I don't know what's happening. Technically, she didn't finish the job. I already did it, so I don't have to do this. I gained honorable for 30 years. Whatever. I'm gonna miss out on that, but that's okay. He's gonna lose 50 opinion of me for 20 years. I don't like that. It's my fault for getting her killed. All my fault. This queen is pretty good too. So we're gonna declare war right now, and then once we're done with it, we're gonna wrap up the episode, lords and ladies. Give me something truly unique. I trust your instincts. No allies, only 3,000 men. This is going to be really easy. We're making 435 gold every month. I just realized that. When did we pass over 400? Damn. It's like we're making more money now that our wife is dead. I guess our new queen is just really good. Another grandchild? Or a niece? A niece. That's all they could muster. 3,000 men. Uh-oh. A secret truth has reached the light of day. My daughter Sarah has copulated with my knight. My 16-year-old daughter got it on with this 61-year-old man. This better not be his bastard child. It is, because she's not married. Nunnery for you. She won't accept. I can't say these accusations are not but malice and lies. There's no other person that could have gotten her pregnant. He has no ties to my court. Or maybe he does. He has some friends, but we're telling him to leave. He knocked up my daughter. He's lucky he didn't get worse. He's lucky he didn't get worse than that. And I'm gonna murder this guy that killed my wife. We're not letting that pass. She has to take the vows because of this. Because she done messed up. Beyond all doubt, my daughter Sarah has let it be known that not only is her unborn child the product of an illicit union, but the father is none other than Puda. Yeah. We all knew that. We all understood that. What become of her child? I won't take it out on her kid. Let's see what she has. But she's getting punished. That's not how a lady behaves. Like, she didn't even give me a second to get her married off. Like, I would have done it. Like, I was going to do it. She just didn't want to wait. Teaching him Saxon. My son Freddy has been harboring a secret affection for Jolanta. He's got a crush on some girl. They're about the same age, so it's not weird or anything. However, when he finally confessed his feelings, Jolanta responded harshly. Freddy still pursues her as doggedly as ever. He's stubborn. I normally do like stubborn, but look at all these opinion penalties that he's going to take. If he's chaste, it's not the... It's... If he's chaste, I'm going to have to deal with some stuff later down the road. Fertility minus 25%. I guess there are ways for me to artificially just boost it. But it's not just the fact that he's losing fertility, it's a part of his personality, so like I might not be able to seduce my wife if I want to and do things like that. He is handsome, so that does help his fertility out. I'm just thinking of the social consequences of him becoming chaste. See, he's not going to deal with all the opinion problems. I think I'm going to give him chaste. I don't think we've had an heir that's chaste. Normally I like stewardship skills, but look at all these opinions. Those suck. I'm doing chaste. It'll keep him out of trouble. That's for sure. A guild of stonemasons has established itself in the county of Trenton. Having dedicated craftsmen in my personal service could help the region flourish. I suppose we can try. 66%. 70. It worked. Successor Knight of the Fat Bottoms. So she gave birth to a son. Let's see how he turned out. He didn't turn out half bad. He got an intelligence trait, and he got the best beauty trait. I'll take him in. I'm gonna raise him myself, actually. Just to show the kid that it's not his fault. And then, we're not so cruel to our daughter that we're gonna, like, treat her son like crap. We'll take care of her son, but she's getting punished for what she did. I'll raise him myself. Let's give him a Catholic name. David. David Mercury. Oh, you know what? Freddie Mercury and one of his best songs is Under Pressure, and that was with his friend David Bowie. So we're gonna do David. I like it. In honor of David Bowie, the late great David Bowie, we're doing David Mercury. I pride myself in the luxury of my court, but for several nights now that luxury has taken the form of exquisite musical torture. Of late, my court musician Engelmar has obtained a new instrument, some sort of brass horn, and has taken to blaring it loudly at all times during the day. He got a vuvuzela. Like those things they blow at soccer games. When confronting, or football to my non-American viewers, when confronting Egomar, he declares, "My liege, I am only practicing my art so that I may be the court musician that you deserve." Do we insult him a little bit and get some opinion from all of our courtiers and guests? Yeah. There we go. This is one of those events that that's gonna risk us dying. Yeah. So we might die in the future, but that's okay. Our line of succession is ready. Yolandi on her adventure. My search has led me to the mountains of Ilum. They are notoriously tiger-infested, but I have good reason to think that my goal is near. Expect my return soon. Signed, Yolandi. Shelter of the storm. The skies bode ill, the wind wails, and my servants shake before the coming maelstrom. An awful day to be traveling in the wilderness. Shabby hovels dominate this strange corner of the land, filthy and tiny. We've come upon a lone, half-decent country house, but the dwelling is owned by my rival. I'm being lashed by the mountain storm, yet I feel this old pain from when Everard and I became rivals, when he killed my wife. One way or another, this will be a long night. A hole in the ground would be preferable. We're trying to murder this guy. I'm not risking it. Trying to speed it up a little bit because we are over an hour and I said we'd stop, so we're just gonna get to this. Another daughter came of age. She's the one that's betrothed. Not great. I'll give that to one of my knights eventually. Let's see if he died. My agents have scheduled a journey for Everard, which will take them through dark woods. He's dead. We killed our rival. That's what you get for killing my wife. You fiend. So there we go. 3 more counties. I will deal with them between the episodes. But that's some more conquest. So just one more conquest and we get that county. So I will deal with all of this between the episodes. That is going to be the end of episode 42, everyone. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for last episode, everybody. If you liked my last video and you left comments, I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you so much. Keep it up. Hit that like button down at the bottom for this episode. Leave your comments yet again. Love talking to you guys. I will see you in episode 43. I will release it as soon as we can. I promise you. I will see you soon, guys. But until the next episode, have a good one, guys.